and number 63, Riley Thibodeau.
And welcome back, captains, for tonight for the Lions. Number 33, Sparta Plaisance. Number 30, Wyatt Gilboa. Number 4, Highland Tiger. And number 1, Jacob Davis.
The Gators will receive the opening kickoff.
Michael Crabtree, number 1, Matthew Fondo. And number 63, Ronald Taylor.
Bayou won the toss. They want the ball.
Would everyone please rise, remove cover, and join the Bayou Middle School band for the playing of our national anthem.
Athletes look super hard, and I know it's game day for them too. They're always fired up to perform.
Later in the game, Jerry Jones is up on the field.
Don't do that to Andre. Andre's better than Jerry.
Oh, yes, 100%. The Gators will receive. They're going to be kicking off. Lions will be kicking off from left to right. The Gators will be going right.
Yeah, there's no up the bayou to down the bayou here. We are across.
Number 4, Cunningham, back along to number 14, David Scott.
Tiger kicking it away for the Lions.
Tiger will continue to work on Tiger set there towards the ball.
Keep for the Gators, number 4, Cunningham, and number 14, Scott. Scott will return for the Gators. Tackled by Gidry.
Yep, that's one of those where you just say
Return out to the Gator 40-yard line where the Gators move to the first and 10.
tackle. start off the game on the right foot.
Cunningham with the carry for the Gators.
That's one thing about Bayou Blue.
Gain of 1.
Was born at best a couple weeks ago. When I was
Second and 9
a
Gators
full half,
from their own 41 yard
a
line.
lot of different formations.
Cunningham with the carry.
And a timeout right away by Coach Bourne. We see something
Brought down by Buzagard. Direction Allen. There's a loss of 3 on the play. Gators take a timeout.
Yeah, man, a good job by the quarterback of Bayou Blue Cunningham of hanging on to the ball. He got slung down right there. I'm curious to see what Coach Bourne saw that he wants the timeout before this 3rd and 12. And look, it might not even have been anything so bad. I don't like that we're not blocking very well. Let's focus on us timeout also.
Back here for action. One set. Snap. Looking to the back. Comes up field. Holding. And back to the original line. And no more. That was action.
Cunningham on the carry. Stop by Vegas.
4th down and 9.
Gain of 4.
Clean that one up real nice.
Gators now face 4th and 9 from their own 41 yard line.
Play was
He's rocking the Guardian cap.
shift out the gun. So that runs to his left. Touch back in the middle field.
Marcel on the carry.
Cross routes and four plays on one down.
Vegas in on the stop.
Good job by the Lion defense. Boy, you get great.
It's a gain of 1 and the Lions take over 1st and 10 at the Gator 42 yard line.
Golden spot to maybe try to take an early lead.
Golden Meadow will take over. About the 47 yard line. Lions come through this game with Jacob Davis, quarterback for the Lions. Gidrick, Vegas, and Cleveland in the backfield. Forward count. Gators come across. That'll be 5 yards for the Lions.
I like the Golden Meadow was trying to do the old NFL there and snap it, even though they jumped and get a free play. Obviously, you can't do that in high school rules.
So that'll be 1st and 5 for the Lions. Also responded with the 37 yard line. Just underway, Lions first possession after the Gators turn the ball over and down. Davis looks over the formation. And a flag.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with the play. Like a fumble to snap.
fumble on the play recovered by the Gators.
I think Golden Meadow's going to catch a break, but I think this is going to be a false start before the play.
There's a flag also on the play.
Like we saw last night, might have fidgeted a little bit, caused a false start. Oh, offside, wow.
Offside on the Gators.
Golden Meadow will take it. Coach Bourne's not happy. He wants an explanation.
So it'll be a first down. For the Lions.
The penalty results in a first down for the Lions.
Back set.
First and 10 at the Gator 31.
For the Lions. Davis in the center.
Oh my goodness.
Davis in the cross.
Offsides on the Gators.
Coach Bourne's calling another timeout. His guys are about ready to get laid.
And we have our second timeout taken by the Gators.
1 minute to kick. Davis gives the ball to Gidry.
Gidry on the carry.
Side. Just pick up a couple on the play.
Cunningham on the stop. No gain.
Yeah, Bayou down to one
Second and
timeout.
5,
Coach
Lions.
Bourne really was not happy with his team jumping off sides 3 times in a row.
Lions play the 2nd and 6.
Make that a game of 1. Second and 4 Lions from the Gator 25.
25. Davis on the center. Snap. Kind of a counter play. He's wrapped up in the backfield.
Davis on the carry. Stop by Valor.
Griffin
Gain of 1. And that brings up 3rd and 3
Brian,
Lions.
look at this.
snap. Giving the plays off. Sending play. And looks like on the right side. Football falls to 30. Picks up a first down.
Plays off with the carry.
Even no huddle.
Results in a Lion first down. First and 10 at the Gator 20.
Davis puts the line of scrimmage. Gives the snap. Gives on the inside to Vegas. Fighting for yards. Gets picked up about 4 on the play.
Vegas with the carry.
Lions to
Then Matre on the stop.
snap. Reverse to number 4. There's a 15, 10, 5. No one can get him. Touchdown for the flag.
Tiger in for a Lion touchdown.
Tiger on the reverse.
There was a flag on the play.
Holding
It's
on the line.
holding against the Lions.
Wings on the outside was trying to do the right thing and hold this block. He just held his block a little too long.
The Lions back. Taking the touchdown off the board. Ball spotted all the way back to the 26-yard line. Second down. Too long for the Lions. Hard count. Raiders looking at him across. Ball's getting a break up from the left side. He's hit after a 1 yard gain. Fighting for extra yards.
Vegas on the carry. Brought down by Ezel.
Good spot. He picked up a little bit more than that.
Really wants
30-12
them one ball game.
Lions.
After the line. Davis rolls out to his right. Vegas in the flat.
Davis's pass intended for Vegas falls incomplete.
Michael caught a break there. If this were a little bit of a stricter officiating situation, they had 12 on the field. They had a young man who was running off of the field, didn't quite get off in time. They let him slide. But on a Friday night, that one would have
The
been.
Lions now face 4th and 12 from the Gator 22-yard line.
Coach Bruno is actually telling the official exactly what I'm just saying. Hey man, he didn't get off in time.
Plays off on the carry. Brought down by Thibodeau for the Gators. Start of the line to gain, and the Gators will take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
All's not lost. He got them pinned back. Bayou Blues' first possession was at their own 40. Now they're at their own 19, so you gain 21 yards of position.
Gets it, hand off to the back, looking for room. He's tripped up in the backfield. He's got to lose a couple of yards on the play.
David Allen again.
Sims with the carry.
That one up.
Sims on the carry.
Allen on the stop for a loss of 2 yards. Gators face 2nd and 12 from their own 17.
Meadow is playing that up-tempo, no huddle. Well, your offensive linemen are your defensive linemen. Well, right now, it doesn't look like they're fatigued whatsoever. They got a big old push on that first down play. Allen, Lazier, Ryder, Dise, all them boys, they're playing both ways out there.
Gators remain in the gun. Snap. Back gets it, nowhere to run. Too much penetration on the line.
David Allen's ruining this game for Bayou Blue. I mean, he just got into the backfield again, 2 plays in a row.
Travis on the carry. Stopped by Allen with help from Bruce. Loss on the play. Gators face 3rd and 16 from their own 13-yard line.
Is right over through it behind the receiver. All those incomplete.
Marcel's pass.
Intended receiver was Ezel.
Intended for Ezel, falls incomplete.
3 and out stop for Golden Meadow. You would think we would see a punt here from Bayou Blue.
They bring up the 4th down. They look confused. Trying to get in punt formation. Snap comes away. It's Field at Tiger. Now the 35. He's tackled inside the 30 down the 20-yard line. Lions have great field position once again with one.
Tiger on the punt return. Stopped by McCoy.
Exactly why we said when you got out there, all's not lost. You gain field position, you got a quick
Lions will play
you got the ball
1st and 10 from the Gator 28-yard line.
Great chance for them to get that go-ahead score.
yard line. Lions come to the line of scrimmage. Right backfield. Gives it to the wing. Snap. Hole on the left side. Inside the 20, falls forward down the 15-yard line.
Plays on for the carry.
Lions goes down.
Nothing wrong with that. Big boys up.
Brought down by McCoy. That's enough for a Lion first down.
Down, get into the red zone.
First and 10 at the Gator 16-yard line.
Spotted 16-yard line, 50 seconds and counting during the opening period. Good score. High backfield. Davis gets the snap, and we have a flag.
Offsides again.
We have a flag on the play.
The Gators.
Offsides on the Gators.
Look, man, you're Owington coming in. You're having a hard time moving the football. You cannot have 4 and 5 free snap penalties in the first quarter. It's going to drive Coach Bourne and his staff.
Lions will
It's at least 15 yards penalty.
now play first and 5 from the Gator 11.
Could be the last play of the quarter.
Davis on the carry. Brought down by Sims. There's a fumble and the Gators recover.
Yeah, he lost the ball there, and Bayou Blue got it. Goodness, dodging bullets, those Gators.
So the Gators will take over.
First and 10 Gators
Fumble.
from their own 6-yard line.
Now spotted at the 6-yard line. 27 seconds to go.
So if you're Coach Bourne, you're telling your guys right now, look, we're getting outplayed, but it's only 0-0. Let's just start this game over again. Hit reset.
We're going to have a timeout called by.
So timeout taken by the Gators. Cunningham with the carry. Tigerman on the stop for the Lions. It's a gain of 7 yards. That's the end of the first quarter.
Middle school football on KWD. Bayou Blue Gators and Golden Meadow score first quarter and get them to start in the second quarter. And the Gators have the football at their 13-yard line. Down walk on first down.
Yeah, it should be second. I think they'll get that right. But that was Bayou Blue's most successful offensive play on the last snap. They got a 7-yard run.
Gators will face 2nd and 3 from their own 13-yard line.
False start, yeah, false start.
We have a false start by the Gators.
Too much shit from the
Got to negate a lot of the gained yardage, put them right back inside the
Gators will
game.
now face 7 and 8 from their own 8-yard line.
Say on the stop.
Antoine on the carry for
Pretty
the
much no
Gators.
gain there.
Billy out on the stop for the Lions. A loss of 1, and the Gators now face 39 from their own 7. Antoine on the carry. Plays us with the stop for the Lions.
I don't think you could go for this
That was
one.
a gain of 4. And the Gators now face 4th and 5 from their own 11-yard line.
Looks like they're going to line up. The thing is, you have no timeouts if you try to draw them off sides. Yeah. I think they're coming. Yeah, here they
Orderman's punt. Fielded by Tiger for the Lions. At the Gator 31-yard line, where the Lions will play 1st and 10.
Meadow have done everything in this game but score touchdowns. They have dominated the line of scrimmage, gotten stopped, gotten off in the field, haven't been able to punch it in.
Great field position at the Gator 31-yard line.
First and 10 Lions from the Gator 31. Guidry with the carry for the Lions.
Yeah.
Thrown out of bounds by Sims.
Yeah, That was a
for
good
the
run,
Gators.
man. I
That's
thought
enough for a line
he
first
had the
down.
line of scrimmage, and he just turned
First and 10 at the Gators' 16-yard line.
Secondary.
Lions will play first and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Yep, and good blocking up front. That Golden Meadow offensive
Plays
line
on
is
some
starting to
carry for the
run the
Lions.
defensive line a little bit. I think we're going to see some inside
Caught by
run for
Meadow
this
for the
drive.
Gators.
Second and about 2 on the 8-yard line. Lions come to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. Back. Plays on. As the ball at the middle, clean play forward inside the 5. At about the 3-yard line, picks up the first down. Lions are coming with an unbalanced formation to the left.
Plays on to the carry.
Ball straight up the middle.
Got by Sims.
That's
That's enough for a Lion first down.
And they have
First
that
and goal
front
at the Gator 3.
everybody on the same page. And you're right, I probably did just jinx it.
Plays on step it again up the middle. This time he's hit the back. Falls forward. Drops
The
the
fumble on the
ball.
play.
Fumble again. Recovered by the Gators.
Recovered by the Gators.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, recovered at the Gators 2-yard line.
Just lost the football, and if you were Bayou Blue, you were
Gators will play first and 10.
on lives right now, man. You are having no success in any phase of the game, but Golden Meadow just can't quite punch it in.
Gators will take over at the 3-yard line.
I think it's important right now that Coach Brunet and his guys inside are reminding, hey, look, we're winning this football game. We're winning all the snaps. You just got to settle down. I was about to say it could maybe be 2-0, huh? The quick clock has started, and they have no timeout. 10 seconds.
The Gators need to hurry to get this play off. This snap. Antoine's in the quarterback. He trips and falls. Inside the rim. They put Antoine, Jalen Antoine, in the quarterback.
Antoine on the carry for a loss on the play of 2 yards.
Getting on the Lions' feet. Now the Gators are in serious trouble.
Second and 12. Gators from their own
You
1.
gotta find a way to get this out at least to the 5-yard line if you're gonna have any hopes to have any success on a punt or anything like that. But right now, their biggest concern is just not getting safety. Yeah, they're almost doing like a little quarterback sneak off tackle kind
Antoine
of
on the
thing.
carry.
Golden Meadow's just not having it.
No gain on the play. Maybe a gain of 1. Third and 11 Gators from their own 2-yard line.
3:36 to go in time.
Nothing makes you a man.
Brings the play into the sideline. Gators should be in no hurry to snap the ball. Third down, 11. Antoine's in the gun. The snap, the roll to his left, looking for a receiver. He's going to throw it.
Antoine's pass
Fourth down.
Continue for Ezel. Ball's incomplete. 4th and 11 Gators from their own 2. We have a timeout taken by the line.
All of them, so he just called the one. And I don't know that it was to stop the clock. Obviously, it was an incomplete pass. I think this is going to be we're either trying to go block this punt, like getting everybody organized for what's going to happen on this next play with the ball at the 2-yard line.
Well, the thing is, the clock will stop when he incomplete pass. If he doesn't call a timeout, you're forcing the Gators to run to the field, the punt team, if they have no timeouts left.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And look, man, I don't know that I've ever seen a 0-0 game that you know would be this much of a mismatch in terms of total yards and first downs. And Golden Meadow just hasn't been able to punch it in, man. It's like they got a green over the end zone right now.
You hate to give 2 points, but if you got a punt, again, the Lions are getting the ball
At the 20 or something like that, yeah.
but you gotta have to score to win. If you don't score, you're not winning. Looks like they're gonna be back in front for me. That's Ordon back in the punt. He's not very deep. Let's see the Lions put pressure on him.
Hayden Guidry's back deep at the 20.
The snap, the punt, short punt right over the middle.
Oh no!
Dropped by number 4, Tiger. And the Lions return the ball over again. Tiger was going to catch the punt.
Ordon's punt is fumbled by the Lions.
He had to fall on the ball.
Can't catch a break, man. That's one of those as a coach here to tell you, man, you gotta get away. You don't mind the ball bouncing.
Covered by the Gators at their own 8-yard line where they would play 1st and 10.
And look, if you're Golden Meadow here, you got 2 timeouts. They're still buried in a hole. If you force them 3 and out again, they're still going to be in the same situation.
Gators come to the line of scrimmage. 8 points in the gun. Good shift. Unbalanced right formation. Antoine gets the snap, high snap, gives it to running back. Has a little running room. Fighting for extra yardage. That was Marcel on the carry.
Yep.
Oh, that was 4. Cunningham.
Cunningham on the carry for the Gators.
These numbers are worth the reading for people in the world.
Gain of
Cunningham.
5 on the play. 2nd and 5 Gators from their own 13-yard line.
5 yards on the play. Nice run. Clock is running.
Your Bayou Blue just a single first down right here. Goes a long way in getting to halftime 5-0.
Time in the huddle. Antoine still in his quarterback. Same formation with heavy right look. Antoine, the snap. Get the ball, same play. Cunningham, he's tripped up.
Cunningham on the carry. Bruce on the stop for the Lions.
Just got back to the right.
No gain on the play.
They got 3rd down.
And it's 35 Gators from their own
I'm a
13-yard
little
line.
surprised Coach Brune's not calling one of his 2 timeouts right here.
Gators right here is just let the clock run. Lewis again with the play from the sideline. 3rd and 5.
Big on
The
it.
Gators need to try and pick up an extra 5 with a hard count. Antoine in the gun. Cunningham to his right. The snap. Antoine can keep it on the right side. The 15 and 20 up on the sideline.
Antoine on the keeper for the Gators, and that's enough for a Gator first down.
Your Bayou Blue needs to kind of exhale now because if for nothing else, you should be able to take this thing.
1st and 10 Gators from your own 27-yard line.
In the huddle. Getting the Cunningham on the left side. Tackle from behind.
Cunningham on the carry.
Tackle.
Plays off on the stop for the Lions. It's a gain of 2. And that's the end of the first half of play. We're going to score this time.
3 minutes.
It is our Gulf Coast Orthopedics halftime show. I'm joined by Dr. Tyler Twilliger of Gulf Coast Orthopedics. Doctor, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you do for the Gulf Coast Orthopedics team.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a foot and ankle specialist. That means I do all things foot and ankle, non-operative and operative management. Some of the most common sports injuries that I see are oftentimes ankle sprains and turf toe and other sports injuries that involve the foot and ankle. Very common this time of year and very treatable conditions. Unfortunately, recently in the news, Joe Burrow just had a bad turf toe injury, and that's one of those things that unfortunately it can put you down for a long time. He's a professional athlete and a superstar, and a toe can keep him down for 3 months. That's some of the things we got to be kind of mindful of. Is a toe, no matter what you're doing, it's got to recover the right way, or it can set you up for some long-term issues down the line if you try and push through it.
Tell us about that specific injury, because we hear it and it's become commonplace in sports. Turf toe. What exactly is that, and why is it so painful, and ultimately why does it take so long to heal?
Yeah, absolutely. So turf toe is tearing the ligament on the bottom of your big toe that attaches to the bone behind the big toe. Downside is that toe moves every time you take a step. It's really hard to immobilize that injury to allow it to heal quicker. Oftentimes when it's completely torn, you have to go in there and surgically repair it. When we do that, ligaments just have a timeline that it takes about 8 to 12 weeks to get you back up to speed. And even at that 12-week mark, you're probably still feeling some pain in there. And if we don't fix it, or if it doesn't heal right, it leads to some pretty bad arthritis down the line, instability, and really can cause you to not be able to perform your sport.
Obviously, we're a halftime report for a football game. What are some of the more common sports-related injuries that you see on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, ankle sprains are probably the number one most common, sports injury, because sometimes they're so subtle and can lead to such big problems down the line. All it takes is one bad ankle sprain. 50% of people with one ankle sprain will get another ankle sprain. It's a crazy statistic when you think about it. And if you keep having recurrent ankle sprains, it actually sets you up for instability later in life, where oftentimes I'm going in there, repairing ligaments, reconstructing the ankle to give you a stable ankle.
Dr. Twilliger, tell me about this. We often hear the phrase high ankle sprain. What is that, and how is that different from a traditional ankle sprain?
Yep, a high ankle sprain is actually injury of the ligaments that hold your two leg bones together as opposed to the ankle bones. That's more difficult to heal, and it oftentimes leads to requiring surgery just due to the instability present and the pain it causes. Oftentimes, this is years ago, when Tua was in college, was the Tua injury where they put a tightrope in there. Same procedure these days where we put flexible fixation between the two bones to try and accelerate recovery, to provide some stability, can oftentimes get you back in a month or two as opposed to the 3 to 4 months that it could take otherwise.
What are some things that student athletes should know in terms of prevention to try to strengthen themselves up as best as they can so that they don't end up having to see you during this season?
Yeah, absolutely. So most important thing, stretch. You know, the more you can stretch out your tendons and muscles around the leg and the ankle, the more likely you are to avoid a serious injury, even if you have a minor injury, because oftentimes an Achilles injury is you have a tight muscle, you come down a little hard on it, that tight muscle, it can tear. Other things is, you know, making sure you're doing all your rehab balance activity. It's really, you know, it's not all about strength, it's stability as well. So having excellent stability where you feel like you can stand on one ankle, you have good balance, most important thing you can do.
Dr. Toiliger, another question that I have for you is, a lot of times with an ankle sprain, a student athlete will want to return to action too soon. How important is it to make sure that they're going by the full diagnosis and are coming back when they're actually ready to play?
Yeah, so it's the most important thing is, you know, determining how severe that sprain is, and that determines the recovery process. You know, there are some sprains where I can tape you, you know, get you taped up on the sideline and send you right back in the game. Those are the more minor sprains. If you have a sprain where you're completely tearing your ligaments, you're going to be off for, you know, a month or two because you need to be immobilized in the boot. You need to do some physical therapy afterwards in order to prevent that from coming back.
How fulfilling is it for you as a doctor when a kid has that injury, a turf toe or whatever it may be, whatever injury, and then they go through the process and, you know, you see them when they're down in the dumps, but then they finally get back on the field and they're killing it? Like, that for you, that's got to be the best feeling in the world.
Oh, 100%. There's nothing better than, you know, taking somebody with a bad injury that, you know, they think is going to end their season, end their career, getting them back and performing at a high level.
It's our Gulf Coast Orthopedics halftime show. Dr. Toiliger, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Get ready for next level performance. Terrebonne General Performance Training Center is now open at our all-new expanded location. Our highly qualified staff, certified in strength and conditioning, is backed by the healthcare experts at Terrebonne General Health System. This collaborative program provides the perfect tools needed to reach and exceed your fitness goals. To learn more about taking your fitness to the next level, visit the Terrebonne General Performance Training Center at tghealthsystem.com.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
Lions. Also in Vegas.
For the Gators, 65 McCoy. Plays off for the return. Travis on the stop for the Gators. Return is out to the Gator 48-yard line where the Lions will play first and 10.
And including now with this great starting field position. Goodness, field position. Huge factor in this one so far.
Lions jump to the line of scrimmage. Davis. Quarterback. Wide formation. Two receivers straight out wide. Inside the field. One back behind Davis. Vegas. Motion.
Gibber with the carry. Stopped by Ezel. A loss of 3 on the play. The Lions face second and 13 from the Lions 49-yard line.
Lions will lose about 3. Back them up there. 49-yard line. Heavy set to the left, unbalanced. Davis, the snap.
Plays off for the carry. Simmons with the stop for the Gators. It's a gain of 7. And the Lions will face 3rd and 6 from the Gator 44.
I'm going to tell you that's a tough young man. If he's axing out, he's in some pain. Hope you block Bruce. He's going to check in for him.
Big third down play.
We have a penalty on the Lions. False start. Lions will now face 3rd and 11 from the Gator 49.
Self-inflicted wounds, man. Just not a clean performance in Golden Meadow. And you could see Coach Brunet is melting over there on the visiting sideline.
Tiger on the carry. And Maitre on the stop for the Gators. It's a gain of 2 on the play. And the Lions face 4th and 9 from the Gator 47.
That's what I would say, man, Montre. I think you got that one, bud. Hey, man, look, this is Bayou Blue's chance right here. This is your chance to get the ball around midfield, flip the field.
If you're not, you got it. They can stop him here. Near side. And bounce again.
Everybody in the line of scrimmage.
Davis gets the ball. Fight for extra yards when he gets
Wow.
good. Tough run from Gidry.
Gidry with the carry. Brought down by Scott.
Yeah.
That's enough for a Lion first
That's an
down.
unbelievable run from that young man.
And a timeout on the field for
Fight
another player.
But man, he got hit 2 yards behind the line of behind the first down rather, and just kept driving. If Golden Medal goes on to win this game, we could circle that one right there. 4th and 8, young man just is not going to be denied.
Lions will come on scrimmage. First and 10. We are at the Gator 37-yard line. 4:54. Clock should be running. On balance. Gets the ball over the middle. White steps the yard, puts his head down. Second by 5 on the play.
Plays off with the carry. Brought down by Antoine. Gain of 5.
Just
7 and 5 Lions from the Gator 32.
Been on the field all game. How much more petrol do they have in the tank?
Heavy right.
Gidry on the carry. Brought down by Jan Maitre. It's no gain on the play.
I'd be doing if I'm Coach Bruner. They've jumped off sides 5 times today. I am going to try to make them go number 6 right here.
3rd and 5 Lions.
Lions come to the line of scrimmage. 3 back set. Snap. Giving the plays on 2nd man. He's going to pick up the first down and more.
Plays on with the carry for the Lions, and it's enough for a Lion first down.
Surge there from them big boys up front. Got a big push.
Out to the Gator 24.
Did the rest.
1st and 10 Lions.
Holding on to the football. That was Gidry on the carry.
Gidry with the carry. That's a gain of 7 on the play.
No more fumbles today, boys.
7 and 3 Lions from the Gator 17.
Deja vu, brother. You're in scoring range now. You just got to punch it in.
Plays off with the carry. And that's enough for a Lion first down. 1st and 10 at the Gator 13-yard line.
Yep. 58. Carter J plays on. Russ Leger. Ryder Duce. It's center up there. I'm trying to get the number. I think Brian Buzigard.
Lions move, get away with it. And the ball is inside the 5. Tackle about the 3-yard line.
Gidry with the carry for the Lions.
On my first Romo of the game.
Caught by Valor for the Gators. Getting the line on the play. And the Lions face 2nd and 1 at the Gator 4.
Back set, everyone's in tight. Davis calls for the ball, gets the plays on to the right side, breaks the tackle, wants the
Plays on us in for the Lions touchdown.
Lions go up 6-0. 2-point conversion.
Remember me when you were like,
Yeah, good drive. They go straight down the field, take advantage of, or overcome rather some adversity. They had some long down distance situations. And the big 4th down conversion is what sparked the drive, making it 6-0, helping to make it 6-0.
Ryder do say, plays on, for the kick, plays on.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Ace Alamo and Davis calls for the ball. Plays on for being the right side.
Plays off with the carry for the 2-point conversion. It's good. With 1 minute to play in the 3rd quarter. The score is Lions. Tigers kick for the Lions is fielded by Scott for the Gators.
That's
Back at the Gator 9-yard line.
that's one where look, you're teaching them in practice, hey, if it's a fire field, you just dive on it. But in hindsight, you gotta understand there's no one within 20 yards of you, man. You gotta pick that one up and try to get a little bit more down the field. Your Golden Meadow, you are seeing blood in the water right now. It's attack mode. You want to quick clean out. You want to go up and score.
Yeah, we should ran up and then 1, 2, 3.
Antoine on the carry. Brought down by Tigers.
Good run there.
That's enough for a Gator first down. First and 10 Gators from their own 23.
Snap, he's going to go to his left side this time. Past the 25 and not much after that. Good tackle, open field from
Antoine with the carry. That's the end of the third quarter with our score Lions 8.
Yeah, we go Meadow up 8-0. This is one of those. Yeah, you're right. This is probably a must-score possession here for Bayou. Ah, that hurts. Second half timeout out of a end of a quarter. That really Look at that beautiful sunset, man. Nice pink sky. Gorgeous. Bristol's having a beautiful night on Friday also. Temperatures will be in the low 70s at nighttime. Beautiful homecoming out weather.
walking across the street. Yeah, we're going to have a bit of, you get the security teams to check everything out, all the rooms.
Not walking, man. I got a pregame show that I got to be part of, so I can't. Okay, fair enough.
Once every 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're back in the second and 7. Again, gets the ball. Goes out to the left, looking at the throw ball. We have the receiver.
Antoine's pass intended to Cunningham falls incomplete.
He had him, but he was also under a lot of pressure too. It was been a really, really good throw.
We'll bring up a third down because Brown is still not clean.
Oh, look, he shouldn't be. You had to call a timeout out of a 1-minute timeout. Like, you got to have your right.
7 Gators from their own 26-yard line.
They may need that timeout a little later on.
Clock is stopped at 7:53 to go in the game.
Now let me ask you this. Let's assume for a second there's no gain of yardage here. Would they go for it in this situation? I think you kind of have to, right? Yeah.
Here's Vaughn. Snapping the gun. Snap is high. He gets it. He's going to his right. Throw the ball. Have a
Antoine's pass intended for Fontenot falls incomplete.
little bit before
No, y'all good.
he caught the ball. That'll bring up a 4th down here. Casey, let's see what the Gators will do.
Certainly would have been a much easier decision if you hold on to the football there.
4th and 7 Gators from their own 26-yard line.
I just don't know that you're getting the ball back if you don't try to keep possession.
Friends, we thank you for your participation tonight. We ask that you help us to clean the stadium on the way out by depositing any trash in the garbage cans at the base of the stadium. Thank you for your support.
Formation to the left side. Hands at that lane. Snap. Antoine picks up the 30, 35, 30.
Antoine with the carry for the Gators. Way down by contact. No fumble.
They're going to call him down.
Gator first down. First and goal Gators. Lions 7-yard line.
The Lions hustling down. Cannot take away the
The quarterback had a 15-yard jump on him and like a 100-meter relay team just got to the ball. Unbelievable hustle. And now Golden Meadow still got to try to get the stop.
Gators have the ball with 7. Legal participation call.
Illegal substitution by the Gators.
Back him up.
If Bayou Blue does not score here,
It's a 5-yard penalty.
right there.
Play first and goal from the Lion 12-yard line.
Coach Brune happy is there were other guys trailing. Mannix Vegas was right there to pick up the football. Incredible hustle from that defense.
Back the Gators up. With 12-yard line. First and goal from the 12.
Antoine with the carry. Stop by Jose.
Dare try to suck him in and maybe slip a tight end out and have him sneak it out.
Second and goal Gators from the Lion 9-yard line.
He's on the wide side of the field. For the Lion defense here. And they just define Antoine.
Would not be a terrible idea.
zero.
And they overcome the 5-yard penalty. They have been an offense that needs to stay ahead of the chains. They're a little behind the mark, and they overcome the 5-yard penalty.
For the Gators. The snap. Antoine's going to run to the right, trying to turn up the field, but no, sir. Yes, he's going to tackle.
Antoine with the carry, brought down by Guidry.
Makes the tackle for a 1-yard loss.
It's a loss of 1. The Gators face 3rd and goal from the 10. We have a timeout taken by the Gators.
1 minute. Facing 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. And we're going to have a false start. The Gators out of the timeout.
And that's the best thing that could have happened, because it was about to be a busted play fumbled snap.
We're back on the 5. Now the Gators are playing 3rd and goal from the 15-yard line. 6:01 to go in the game. Lions up 8-0. Antoine in the gun.
No.
The bobbled snap, loss on the play.
I don't know what
And the
you have.
Gators now face 4th and goal from the Lions 21 yard
They got 21, but to get 21 yards on one play, it's going to have to be some sort of pass, I would think. We'll find out together.
Timeout taken by the Lions.
Welcome back. Gators are facing a 4th and goal from the 21-yard line.
I think the timeout from Coach Brune, just back everybody up a little bit. Let them know you got a little bit of room. Come up and make a tackle if need be.
Not good cover here on the near sideline.
Yes, they do, and Golden Meadow does not see it.
No, they don't.
This is going to be a touchdown if Golden Meadow does not see this.
will have another penalty. Antoine breaks tackle. Got to 15. That should have been 10 for the fourth snap. Just let it go. That's the Lions.
Antoine with the carry, brought down by Plaisance.
Any part of that one.
The Lions take over. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Sorry, at the 16-yard line.
So now it's going to be
5:19 to go in the game. Spotted at the 16.
race against time if you're Bayou Blue. You have no means to stop the clock. Go to them, you get 3-4 first downs. You're going to be getting on the bus.
Gators are having trouble inside and getting 11.
An offside by the Gators. 5 yards. And the Lions will play first and 5 from
in the LCO
Lion
game.
21-yard line.
Coach Nessie Pearson and staff, obviously you're upset with the result, but you're upset with the way you got the result. That's going to be the thing for Bayou Blue. They're making way too many mistakes.
Gidley with the carry. LaBeouf on the stop for the Gators. Lions now face 73.
Jacob Davis under center. Snap. Getting plays on his trying to get to the outside. He's got the 30, 35, 40, 50, 40.
Plaisance finds it for the Lion touchdown.
No flags.
No flag. Carter Plaisance. In the long field. For 75 yards. The Lions give his team 15-0 lead.
That should be about all she wrote in this one, but
74-yard run.
Carter got an open field, put on the afterburners. After a game where it felt like Golden Meadow just had some. They finally were able to break through and get a couple scores.
Davis with the keeper on the two-point conversion. It's good. With 4:26 to play in the game, score is now Lions 16, Gators 0. Tigers set to kick for the Lions. Fontenot, Antoine, and Scott deep for the Gators. Antoine with a return. Gidry and Bobs on the stop for the Lions. We have a penalty. Penalty on the Gators.
Yeah, flag is at the 21s. It should be at about the 11.
Penalty takes the ball back to the Gator 11-yard line where they play first and 10.
And look, if I'm Coach Brunet right here, I am saying we're playing defense. I'm not changing anything. I'm not going soft. Like, we have held them to 0 this entire game playing the way that we play.
Sideline to get the play. Snap. Back in the side.
Gators carry the ball for a gain of 1. And they play 2nd and 9 from their own 12-yard line.
In any hurry, I think understood that last touchdown might have been the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Travis on the carry for the Gators. Duce on the stop for the Lions.
Duce trailing the play makes a nice tackle.
Gators face 3rd and 2 from their own 19-yard line.
Okay, well, he's not a big boy, but he ran hard.
3rd and about 2 for the Gators.
Yeah, I mean, Allen has been just a monster today.
Antoine with the carry for the Gators. He's brought down by Allen for the Lions. No gain on the play. The Gators face 4th and 2 from their own 19-yard line.
Coordinator Golden Meadow Wheels, that boy at State. He has been unbelievable tonight. Unblockable.
Quarterback, 4th down, about 3 for Gators.
Right at 2 minutes.
The snap, over the pitch. That's going to be recovered by the Gators inside.
There's a fumble on the snap, recovered by the Gators. The turnover on downs, and the Lions will face 1st and goal from the Gators 3-yard line.
Marcel recovers the ball, but all the lines have to be here.
Once again, Dan, we thank you for your attendance tonight. We ask you to help us to clean the stadium on your way out by depositing any trash in the garbage cans at the base of the stadium. Thank you for your attendance and participation.
Gators is still in the sideline.
Yeah, you don't have to run a play here. This would be one where I think it would be wise to kind of get out of here. And it looks like they can line up in victory formation. And you know what? That's good sportsmanship from Coach Green. I know they're frustrated. They feel like they could have scored more tonight. Given the chance to get one here late, I really like this decision to go ahead and just take
Third down line for another Meadow.
Go with that, brother.
Golden Meadow, 16.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was 16
End it for tonight on our final score, Lions 16, Gators 0.
But with all that being said, Golden Meadow's going to have to figure out ways to stop shooting themselves.
Thank you, fans, for your attendance. Have a safe trip home.
Made some mistakes. Going back to it's nothing wrong with it. We could be looking at an 8-8 ball game, and maybe this whole thing looks different. So a great hustle play there, down on the goal line, allows Golden Meadow to get out of here. They're 2-1, heading into next week.
Yeah, look in the second half, Golden Meadow plays they didn't give in. What else can you say about that play? That is pure heart, pure guts. If I could score a touchdown, he stops that touchdown, and that's just pure guts and heart. And the way plays on trying the ball in the second half, defense, the line pretty much stopped the Gators on the beat. We got one long run down, and that was the ball.